Yeah, I do think, as this market rages on and maybe things calm down a little bit also, getting into and also Richard Hart getting vindicated for these products and everything as well. Um, I think looking at the long-term mechanism of the T-share and getting back to HEX staking basics and how that stuff works, it's going to be a valuable thing. And I know you've said to me personally that you regardless of any ups and downs of HEX price or anything like that, any amount of staking that you've ever done, you have no regrets about because you just believe in it so much. It's, obviously it's a smart contract that can't really be messed with or anything. And the T-share just gets better and better and better. So, with that, I was kind of wanting you to, it might be a little bit too big brain for as much time as we want to dedicate to the rest of the show tonight. But if you wanted to talk a little bit more about Communis, how you can and how you actually do mint it and what the qualifications are for even being able to mint that token,
Sure.
and what
I
it
can,
really incentivizes. That's what I was kind of hoping
well,
you would do here.
yeah, well, we can do it quickly. I'll try to give the best overview I can in the shortest amount that I can.
I will link the app in the chat for everybody if they don't know where the Communis front end is. So,
yeah. Okay. So if I get any of the small statistics wrong, please forgive me because I didn't refresh before. I'm just going based off of memory. But you need to basically what Communis is it rewards a long-term staking behavior. Okay. As long as you stake over 180 days, I believe, you're entitled to a reward when your stake ends and when it begins. So at the beginning of your stake, you get a start bonus. This is one of the things that Johnny Sachs went off and did a 2.5 hour long video on, which he calls the secret weapon. It makes a lot of sense. It really does, because if you understand what he's trying to get at, that claiming of the start bonus once you create your long stake would in turn act as a coupon. If we can get the price of Communis up enough to where your reward essentially covers the exact cost of what you just put out for 5555, it's a no-brainer, right? You're staking out, just let's say it's $500. You're going to put $500 out into your future 15 years. But when you do that, you're rewarded with a start bonus on your Communis. What if that equaled $500? What if you just got a free 15-year stake for $500, and then you could use that $500 to do whatever else you wanted? It's a pretty good incentive. Now, it's going to take a lot of work from the community to get it up there, a lot of liquidity, a lot of building, and there's a ton of tokens. There's quadrillions of tokens out there. But when you, yes, but when you realize it's only held by stakers, and the majority of it is by long-term stakers, which means a lot of it's locked up. So, either way, at the very beginning, you get a 25% bonus back upfront, and then at the very end, you get the other 75% if you remember to do it before you end your HEX stake. So it's a neat way to reward good behavior. If you don't claim the start bonus right away, it does kind of trickle. I forget the percentages, but it does.
I don't know that that's listed there, because when you mentioned that the other day, sorry to cut you off, but I couldn't find it easily. There's a lot of info on that front page that I just shared in the chat, but yeah, I didn't see the percentage kind of drop off, like if you don't claim it right away.
So if you just go to the Communis.app without the dashboard, if you go to that and you go down to start bonuses, there is a way. It's in there how you get a little bit of a delayed. If you wait till the end, I think you only get 15% of the start bonus or something like that. Either way, it's not much. You don't get the full amount, but again, that's basically what Communis is. It rewards good behavior of long staking. If you get the time to watch Johnny Sachs' secret weapon video, he does break it down. So the more time that you put in, on your stake, the higher the reward. It really amplifies, even from like from 10 years to 15 years. For example, I think it doubles. I think you really only get about 50% at 10 years. At 15 years, you get the full 100%. So you have to check it out. Don't quote me on the numbers because again, it's been a while since I've seen it. But the idea behind creating a coupon for making a very long stake that could someday eventually, equal what it costs you to make that stake is a great idea. It's a great onboarding tool to get people to delay gratification and to put stuff out into the future. Lock more of these tokens up. That's what it's going to take. It's what it's going to take to see these prices get out of control. Is a lot of tokens locked up for future supply off the market. You're not going to be, people are going to be in line. RG3 says it all the time. People are going to be lined up waiting to buy HEX one of these days because there's going to be so much locked up once people understand the power of the T-share.
Yeah, I totally agree. And yeah, it rewards long-term staking. So, I mean, as long as you have a 6-month minimum stake or 180-day minimum stake, you will be able to claim that Communis, get that start bonus right away as soon as you want to. I mean, you don't have to immediately, but part of the challenge, of course, is if you have your HEX stakes on ETH there, you got that ETH fee for claiming it versus Pulse Chain, which is going to be minuscule. So
Yeah.
I went through and finished up any Pulse Chain ones that I had to claim the other day, and I'm just kind of, I mean, Gwei hasn't been terrible lately, but I kind of want to wait till this weekend and see how low I can get to claim that stuff. But yeah, go grab it. You get 25% of your total Communis right away. And then the end bonus would be whenever you when your stake matures at the end of that time. So
and the last thing that I forgot, at the end, you have the option of taking it as liquid. There's 4 options. You can do 25%, 50%, 75%, and 100%. You can stake it instead of claiming it to liquid to your wallet. You can actually stake it. I don't believe there's any penalty to unstake it. But if you stake it, you can earn more, and there's payout periods every so many days. It's a payout period based on your shares of the system is how you're rewarded. So keep that in mind too. You can stake it if you don't want to spend it right away.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely worthwhile to grab. And it's just another one of those things. I mean, like, it's another basically incentive, like an airdrop that you can, not an airdrop, but I mean, like, you can claim it just by participating in HEX and having long-term stakes. So definitely something to go grab for sure. Yeah. So Icosa, Hedron, Communis, all things that are going to incentivize long-term HEX staking. They're going to be tied to it. And we are seeing them take off right now. And I am, man, just super bullish on like what Alex does have in store for Icosa and Hedron, and yeah, just further understanding of all this stuff. It's funny, again, as we've said so many times tonight, as the market starts to take off and as the green candles come, kind of makes people want to understand this stuff more. Like, you had Johnny Sachs talking about this Communis stuff 3 months ago, you know, on Maddie's stream or whatever, and you know, and me too. I mean, like, I watched it and I'm like, I don't really totally get it, you know, whatever. And then things start popping off, and it's like, okay, I need to understand this stuff. Let me go claim all this. You know, let me figure out what this is all about. So, you know, that's first mover advantage. I mean, you get to take advantage of things before other people do if you want to look into them when things are boring. So this is kind of the way it goes.